Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ben Wilkoff Debriefs the Transition. Today, I would like to debrief the idea of making predictions. So, at this point in the year, we are wrapping up literally everything. We are trying to finish as strong as we can on anything that is still outstanding, including just personal things that we have to take care of before break or before the next thing starts. But we also engage in this act of sort of making predictions about what next year will hold. We make predictions based upon data that we have and experience that we have. And so I keep on coming back to what we can accurately and adequately make predictions about. And this is further complicated by the idea that no matter what, most of our predictions are wrong. Later today, Apple will announce a whole bunch of new stuff, of which most of the predictions that have been made will be wrong. There will be some things that some people get right, and it will be okay because, once the event happens and once all of the predictions either come true or not, then you can kind of move on from that and you can, take your scorecard and things like that. But for the most part, predictions are wrong. It is very difficult to predict the future, what will happen next year, how we will work. Most of those things will be wrong if we try to predict them right now. And so the way that I think about this, and I would ask if you are thinking about it similarly or somewhat differently. But the way that I think about predictions is that I can only predict based upon the knowledge and experience that I have. I can only go so far as what the data actually says versus what I want the data to say. And so as I look to have my end of year conversation with Lori, as I look to wrap up the things that are happening and making some predictions about next year, I want to make sure that I'm not going too far to predict things that really I can't do in good conscience, or that we should specifically not be predicting. We shouldn't predict that there will be no issues when we roll over from Outlook to Google across all of our schools. That's not a prediction that I would want to make. Rather, the prediction that I would like to make is the office staff of most of our schools will need more support than they are currently getting for making that transition. That's a prediction I'm willing to make based upon the data that I have in front of me. Now, that may be wrong, but it is up to me to sort of find out that data and to sort of dig it out and to understand it as well as possible, because I want to make that prediction something that I can solve for. And so I guess the question is this: what are you predicting for next year, and how are you going to make sure that those predictions are as close to reality as possible? Because you and we have a lot of power to make the predictions we're making right now come true. Even though we know some of them will be wrong, we can better influence and better create something that we want to see if we are making sure the data we're looking at and the information we know and the experience that we have, we are relying and depending upon that rather than just sort of saying, this is a wish. This is what we would want to happen, right? I hope you have a great day of teaching, learning, leading, and creating. Talk to you soon.